a cursed tarot card, a broken piece of bronze key, and a wooden broken wheel. This trio of F-grade items may seem like trash that no one would want, but you would never expect that once they are combined, they become a highly powerful S-grade relic item, the Wheel of Fortune. Imagine spending an entire month in this labyrinth hell. Anna was so scared that her legs went weak. This wasn't a game. If you died, you really died. They decided to stay as far away as possible from this crazy man, but Kang Jin-hyuk wasn't in a hurry at all. That's right. In theory, the boss will only pursue me. But where do you want to go? This is a labyrinth with no exit. It can change at any time. These words froze the two in place like a paralysis spell. They swallowed their saliva hard. Kang Jin-hyuk continued, "Of course, I know this labyrinth better than anyone." Anna realized she had no other choice. She grit her teeth and said, "Fine, we'll go with you then." No. Anna was rejected by Kang Jin-hyuk before she could finish her sentence. He sneered, "Heaven doesn't just drop pastries." He pointed the knife at Anna. "Miss Anna, this isn't a game. If you want my protection and help, of course you have to pay, right? Give me all your coins." I remember that the system gave each tower entrant 100 coins. Of course, we all know what kind of calculations Kang Jin-hyuk is making in his head. The prerequisite for copying Anna's empathy skill is to act with her for a long time. This operation can be said to make the other party willingly follow him and also reap some coins at the same time. It's wicked, but I like it. In the following days, they were constantly summoned by Kang Jin-hyuk. Sometimes he would dig some moss to make a bed, pick up some branches to start a fire, and occasionally be chased by Minotauros. Oh my god, we're being chased by the boss again. They also had to pay attention to the changing labyrinth, lest they be crushed by the walls by accident. Looking at the arrogant attitude of Kang Jin-hyuk, red-haired man was full of resentment. As time passed quickly, they reached the 10th day of their hellish lives. Don't forget, 240 hours is the key point for copying skills. At this point, the two of them have gone crazy from hunger, even stuffing wild mushrooms into their mouth. Anna hugged her knees. "It's no good. If this continues, we will really die." This Kang Jin-hyuk is practically a lunatic. Looking back, she saw little Kang sleeping in the corner. Anna couldn't help but have a wicked thought. If they killed Kang Jin-hyuk first, although they couldn't escape the maze, they could also escape the boss's pursuit. Then, they could hide in a safe corner and wait for the guild's rescue to leave this hell alive. But the problem is, how can they kill him? After sending Anna and her group away, Kang Jin-hyuk opened the equipment trading center and a list of various relic equipment appeared in front of him. His target was clear as he purchased a broken piece of bronze key, a wooden broken wheel, a cursed tarot card, and 10 reinforcement book blind boxes, all with an F grade. Of course, it only cost him more than 100 gold coins. These seemingly insignificant junk items often turn into something miraculous in Kang Jin-hyuk's hands because he has the world's strongest talent skill, fusion. He arranged the 3 pieces of equipment in order and activated the fusion. A loud explosion burst from the front of the scene as the wheel, key, and tarot card combined to form a delicate wheel. You have obtained the Wheel of Fortune, a level S relic that can increase the player's luck to the maximum within 10 minutes. However, due to its incomplete state, the range it can be used is limited. So, he pulled out the broken knife he found in the morning, placed his hand on the roulette wheel and gave it a hard twist. The wheel began to spin wildly and gold luck was extracted from all around, eventually flowing into Kang Jin-hyuk's body. His luck value reached its maximum. Then, he threw the strengthening book in his hand into the air. This was the most trashy strengthening book, with a success rate of only 0.00012%. However, Kang Jin-hyuk knew that for him at this moment, the success rate was 100%, because after the blessing of the fate goddess, any low misfortunes would be washed away by the luck wheel and become a guaranteed success. As all the strengthening book flowed into the short knife in his hand, the system prompts also went crazy on the screen. +1 strengthening success, +2 strengthening success. In the end, the originally broken knife was completely transformed. The blade became deep purple and tiny lightning crackled on its surface. The system prompt notified him that he had obtained a broken short sword +10. Achieved reward. Because he was the first one to make a +10 equipment, he received a 5,000 coin reward. His battle record will be made into a video and displayed on the ranking list for 1 day. Kang Jin-hyuk swung the knife around. It was indeed different with a +10 equipment. He put it away contentedly, thinking that it should last for a while. Meanwhile, on the other side, Headband Man Klein was grinding monsters in the dungeon. He uploaded a video of his heroic deeds to the internet, and the views shot up to 1.2 million in an instant. This kind of real-life monster slaying video was really popular, and he immediately received 1,000 gold coins in tips. However, just as they were feeling pleased with themselves, they received a system notification. The top spot in the video rankings has been taken, and the cover is prominently displayed with a few large words: the world's first successful plus 10 equipment enhancement. This has shocked them. How is this possible? Plus 10? It should be known that it becomes harder to increase equipment levels as the game progresses, and there are numerous cases of equipment being destroyed by accident. The comments section is flooded, and even players have calculated the probability of a plus 10, which is 1 in 814 million to the 10th power. Oh my god, how is this possible? Anna looks a little uneasy as she watches the sleeping figure of Kang Jin-hyuk. The red-haired man swallows hard, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish him off while he's sleeping, right? But picks up a rock, and in an instant he was going to use it to smash it down. But Anna grabs his wrist before he can do anything. The girl is a little worried. Don't you remember how frightening Kang Jin-hyuk's reaction speed is? Even the dungeon boss can't hurt him at all. If he were to discover us during an ambush, the revenge he would take would be merciless. Thinking of this, the red-haired man puts the rock away. We can't just keep letting him boss us around forever, can we? Anna rummages through her bag and pulls out a poison-covered item. It's the venomous hook of the monster poison Bee King. Just a drop of it would send 100 beastmen to their deaths. Who says we have to be at the mercy of others? If we're going to do this, let's do it completely. Let him have no resistance. The scene cuts to Kang Jin-hyuk with a look of confusion on his face. What the hell is this pile of stuff? Wooden plates, bat bone chopsticks, and moss-fried mushrooms. Hey, girl, it's been over 10 days now. Why are we eating this every day? Anna snorts coldly. It's not like we have a choice. If you weren't here to grind for boss, we wouldn't have to eat this crap every day. Come on. Okay. Anna, can you get me some water? Hey, little redhead, can you bring me some more mushrooms? I'm not full yet. The red-haired man does as he's told. This is all the mushrooms we have left. It's all yours. He brings the mushrooms over to Kang Jin-hyuk and starts eating his own food where he stands. Anna looks at him in disbelief. What a big man. He can't even bring his own food. Kang Jin-hyuk, he struggled so much and finally put the mushroom into his mouth. The red-haired man and Anna both smile, but it's a sinister and triumphant smile. Yes, he finally ate it. Then, a plate crashes to the ground and mushrooms and moss scatter everywhere. It's not Kang Jin-hyuk who is coughing up blood, but the red-haired man. He clutches his throat and writhes in pain, black blood gushing out of his mouth. He lies on the ground, unable to move, as black smoke continues to spew out of his body and his skin starts to wither. This is the symptom of being poisoned. Anna screams in shock. No! Oh my god, what is going on? Kang Jin-hyuk slowly stood up at this time. Oh yeah, how did little red hair fall down because of poisoning? You don't really think that I would eat the food you gave me without any precautions, right? Anna only then realized that Kang Jin-hyuk had actually suspected something earlier. He had just asked little red hair to serve him some more mushrooms and then asked Anna to go get water, just to take the opportunity to switch the food. In addition, he opened the screen and pressed the report key. Anna was so scared that she screamed. Kang Jin-hyuk was full of enthusiasm. You guys are secretly streaming live even now. It's simply unforgivable. Anna shouted, do you have any evidence? Kang Jin-hyuk ignored him and continued to look at the screen. Well, players can only stream live when attacking the boss. Other times are considered violations. Little girl, please control your facial expressions when streaming live next time. It's too obvious with such little ability. Anna, I'm so disappointed in you. As he spoke, he pressed the report key. Suddenly, a red ring appeared and circled the girl's body. Anna was terrified. What is going on? Meanwhile, she looked behind her and saw that the messages on the screen were frantically refreshing. They were all notifications of people being kicked out of the stream. Didi, current online audience. These are all members of her guild's fan club, coming up with strategies to help her. Now that they've been cleaned out, she is facing Kang Jin-hyuk alone. Little red hair is also dead, and no one can help her. At this time, the system prompt also continued to sound mercilessly. Didi, the player has violated the rules. The punishment is an extremely cruel fate. So what is the punishment? The answer was revealed. The sound of pounding footsteps on the ground came. Leather pants, giant axe, full horns. That's right. The terrifying boss walking out from behind the wall is the master of the maze, Minotauros. This monster has long had a grudge, and with a fierce roar, he suddenly charged towards the two of them. Anna immediately hid behind little Kang. Hey, big brother Jin-hyuk, you'll continue to fight it, right? Hey, Jin-hyuk, you have to say something. But Kang Jin-hyuk coldly opened his mouth. Anna, you really have no shame. Who was the one who wanted to poison me just now with a pompous face? You wouldn't have forgotten, right? Helping someone who wanted to kill me. Do you think I'm that stupid? But before, every time, weren't you helping me? Oh, let me think. I really did come with ulterior motives. At this time, a prompt appeared on Anna's head. Dee, you have met the requirements for duplication. Acted with Anna for 240 hours. Empathy, see duplication successful. A skill book formed above Kang Jin-hyuk's head and was smoothly stored in his skill library. Little Kang's eyes chilled. Now, you are no longer useful. You stinky sister. Anna was on the verge of crying. How could you do this? My big brother is the president of the rank guild, the Crow Guild. Aren't you afraid of him taking revenge on you later? Oh my god! There was a loud bang. Minotauros wasn't used to your bad temper and broke the fierce words with an axe. Kang Jin-hyuk also took advantage of the impact to jump and fly into the air. At this time, in his field of vision, the back of the Minotaur's head extended all the way to the back of its neck, completely defenseless. Alright, you little stupid girl, you just stay there and watch the gap between you and your so-called rank guild and me. In his hand, a +10 short sword materialized and he spun from top to bottom, cutting fiercely with a single blow, giving the Minotaur a deep oil massage. However, the level gap was still too large. This fierce attack only left a small gap on Minotauros. The boss had extremely fast reaction speed and heavily struck back, splitting open the wall with a punch. Kang Jin-hyuk didn't greedily chase the knife and had predicted the attack in advance, avoiding it and landing steadily. Based on his calculations, since he was able to cause damage, that meant that his gap value had been refreshed enough. He wasn't afraid of maxing out, just afraid that you wouldn't see his blood bar. He stepped on the ground and charged forward, and at this moment, he turned his head. That's right, the next second, the cold axe blade slashed through the furry hair next to his ear. He slid a shovel and avoided Minotaur's semicircular chop again. Kang Jin-hyuk grunted and said, "It's not the style of a master to defend blindly. Dee, you have chosen fire element seed skill." There was a loud noise as a phoenix flame burst out from Kang Jin-hyuk's palm. With a large amount of gap value and his excellent magic power, this C-level skill actually had a B-level effect, thoroughly washing the Minotaur. However, Minotauros is after all a high-level boss with extremely high magic resistance. These flames at most disturbed him. If we're talking about damage, it wasn't even enough to compare to a scratch. But a killer move of a master is never on the surface. Kang Jin-hyuk had already teleported to the Minotaur's back without knowing when. A heavy burst of a slash cutting off the Minotaur's Achilles tendon, the only +10 short sword that could cause damage to him. There was a loud noise as the leather pants fell to the ground. The Minotaur boss knelt down. That's right, defeating the boss's pride and mobility is what Kang Jin-hyuk had been aiming for from the start. Oh yeah, little calf, it looks like you can't run anymore. It's better to use a knife to cut. If the roast beef is too old, it won't be tasty. It looks like Kang Jin-hyuk has the upper hand now, but he dare not be careless because he knows that this is where the outcome of the boss battle will be determined. That's right! The reason why the labyrinth of Minotauros is so difficult to conquer is not just because the boss itself is overpowered, but also because it has a trump card that can awaken a miracle at the moment of death. The next moment, the guardian of the labyrinth, Minotauros, glared and activated its skill, LV10 Rage.